and a school and a gym and math. It is a reflection of what is going on in our internal world. So, knowing how to switch from the negative to the more upbeat would switch our days to, and the decrees, the language of light, are the fastest way to make that switch. Love is an advanced emotion. The more evolved a brain is, the more love is possible. And so it is not the heart chakra, but the crown chakra that is the love chakra hidden in plain sight. The first place we experience love, as it is the first source of connection to the download from the divine. It is also the only place where one can experience unconditional love. The most evolved brain is the ExaBrain. Life, universe, potential. Your life today is telling you about your potential and destiny. Nuggets of knowledge, decree work, 1 second alchemy, reactions and responses galore, gifts given, and on the day of Buddhi and intellect, Nidhu B Kapoor returns with. What does she return with? Let's find out from her on today's Fab Bonus call. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together for and welcome back the GOAT, Nidhu B Kapoor. Hey, Nidhu.
Hi, thank you, Neelu. Hi, everybody.
And Nidhu, before you start off, this is just for everybody in the house, that I did not call Nidhu an animal just for the sake of calling her an animal. GOAT is the greatest of all times, and Nidhu B Kapoor is the GOAT. Everybody give me a nod for that. Everybody. Yeah. Yes, that's right.
I think you didn't leave them any choice.
Yeah, that was the intention as well. No choice. You have to say yes.
Everybody's so nice, everybody's so giving, everybody's so amazing. So thank you. And for those of y'all who heard the replay yesterday, you've just got a recap from Neelu, but it will make more sense to you if you do catch the call, because I have to ask you this question. I have to ask you, how's life?
Oh, because please ask everybody, how's life? People do write in on the Telegram group, and there's a reason why you're asking this, Nidhu. So I'll wait for you.
Because there is no way after yesterday's call that you can take this question lightly.
Yes.
Your life is revealing your potential, your destiny. Your life reveals your connection to your crown chakra. Your life is constantly revealing to you what is the next step to be taken and what needs to be worked on right now. How's life?
Life is great.
How are you treating life? Tell us everything.
Sorry, life is great, says Sahib. Anjali says 100. K says okay. NS says life is amazing. The God says miss you both. I'm not sure what that means, but if you missed us both, we're right here. And I feel like I've got my mojo back, says Anjali. Namrata says improving. And Nidhu, so far, Vaishali says life is full of love and fun. And I do want to say, Nidhu, that I hope the recap was sufficient, because hopefully, I've paid enough attention and taken enough notes. And today my intention is to take notes. So anytime you want me back to say, Neelu, check this, just give me a gentle push is my request, because today I'm being full on student. I have my pencil, I have my notepad, everything ready. People, I hope you have your notepad and pens or pencils ready.
And your coolest glasses. So I can see you're all set. Most of y'all have said wonderful things.
Sorry, Nina says a bit better.
Good. Wherever you are right now, awesome. Let's make it brighter. Let's make it lighter. Let's make it grander. So without even identifying what it is you're dealing with, without putting a number to it like we did yesterday, I just want you to say 3 times with me, can you heal this for me? Can you heal this for me? Can you heal this for me? Have a sip of water if you need to, or we will just do the next round of 3. Can you heal this for me now? And it is best spoken. You can think it, you can listen to it as well, you can whisper it as well, but it is best spoken. Can you heal this for me now? One more time. Can you heal this for me now? Again, if you're thirsty, have a sip of water. If not, we will just proceed to the next round of 3. Can you upgrade this for me? Can you upgrade this for me? Can you upgrade this for me? Last set. Can you upgrade this for me now? Can you upgrade this for me now? Can you upgrade this for me now? And I want you to just check, what are the reactions taking place in the body? What happened in your belly, in your head, in your eyes, in your spine? Tell me what just took place. We're only checking for how you have responded.
And people are typing, Nidhu. So.
Take your time.
Okay, and the comments are in. Kanisha says nothing at all. Dipali says yawning continuously. Vaishali says relaxed and calm. Priyanka says something lifted off my head, especially the forehead. Nilesh said, come again, please. Nilesh, we've said the decrees and any response that you might have to please write that down. Trupti says burping a lot. Priyanka says I'm feeling lighter. Vaishali says the super consciousness is the you. Grishma says, can feel expansion in my heart chakra. Beautiful feeling. Thank you. Reena says there's a light pain in the stomach. Namrata says movement along with my spine and head, pressing, feeling above the ears. Sahib says my third eye saw a bright blue glow. Sonal says good light. Harneet says feeling light. Anjali says feeling safe, no palpitations. Gulshan says light headache. Range and quite the range of responses and reactions that have come in. And Kanisha has also asked, am I blocked that I'm not feeling anything?
I will come to this. Try the next round. Remember, we're not identifying anything. We're just saying the decree. And this is a slightly shorter version of what we've just done, which is, can you heal me? So you will just say these 4 words. Can you heal me? Can you heal me? Can you heal me now? Can you heal me now? Can you heal me now? Can you upgrade me? Can you upgrade me? Can you upgrade me? Can you upgrade me now? Can you upgrade me now? Can you upgrade me now? And have another sip of water. And check. And Kanisha, is that what you said your name was? Kanisha?
Yeah.
Check now. Kinisha. So sorry.
So Nilesh said smiling, ma'am, and Vaishali is also mentioned, I think, just before you did the second round. I have a little body ache since yesterday. Looks like still healing. And Kanisha's written in that I'm so sorry, really nothing at all. And she's put a sad smiley face because I'm guessing that and she's feeling bad to even saying to
Oh my God, don't worry at all. It's not your fault. There is a reason why some of us feel something and some of us feel something else, because not everybody has had the same response. It's absolutely fine if you're not feeling anything. Is there a block? A bit, yes. When we don't feel something, it's because we've gotten numb. And numb can happen for a lot of safety and protection reasons. Too scary to feel, too scary to receive, too scary to let in, too scary to see what the light might reveal. But don't worry, it's not your fault. Don't say sorry, don't put a sad face. It's absolutely fine. It only means that there is a lot you have gone through, you have suffered a lot, are still suffering a lot, and that you've been through a lot of trauma. That's all it means. Don't worry at all. It's all good.
has written in the saying that she's been feeling numb for a really long time.
So it takes a little while for it to go through, but it will go through. The decrees work permanently. It's our awareness that closes somewhere after Amrish, our CEO, was telling us that like goldfish have an attention span of like 9 seconds. Human beings now have an attention span of 4 seconds. So you may not be aware of how the decree continues to work, but it will continue to work. Not to worry, and we have lots more stuff coming up. One of you all also mentioned randomly, I didn't ask, but you mentioned anyway, that the you in this is the superconscious. Absolutely correct. We have not addressed any problem. We have not measured its range, its intensity. Between 0 to 100, where 0 is not at all and 100 is very high, I didn't ask you what you're dealing with. And yet, things were moving. And the reason that happened is because the you being addressed in the can you is, of course, your superconscious. It is also your knowing. It is also your 100% light, your 100% gold. It is also your complete sense of connection with the universe. And it is most of all a you that is waiting for you, a you that is seeking you, even while you are seeking that you in many other places. That you knows everything about you. That you knows exactly where it is that it's got to go and what it's got to do. And that's what it was doing without us addressing it. And by the way, how are we for the second round? How is it? So now that's a shorter round. Instead of 6 words, can you heal this for me? Instead of 6 words, we made it 4 words and 5 words. How is the response to that? How did that make you feel? Was that faster for you? Did it go deeper? Go ahead, Neelu.
So DB said positive. Dipali said something happening in my head. Shilpa said headache. Vaishali says, I feel heavy in the head now. Earlier, it was lighter, if I recall. I think, yeah. Priyanka said, I had a massive headache this morning. I feel better now, lighter. Namrata says, feeling happy, smiling. And I have a slight headache and also pain in the chest, says Vaishali. And Priyanka says, round 2 was faster for sure. Nilesh says, the back is moving. Kanisha says, I have a headache now.
Okay.
Moved.
Okay.
Christian says, little heavy. Parul says, slight tingling in the head, but feeling better. And Vaishali says, okay, I feel better now. Wow. And there's this like that surprise emoji. So this is magic.
Continue
Smiling, because I think the same thing happened yesterday also. She like couldn't believe it was happening and said, this is magic.
It is. It's absolutely miraculous. The decrees will keep working. If you have a symptom, don't get stuck in the symptom. Have some water, stay with the call, and suddenly, before you know it, it should have gone. Because the decrees are bringing out what needs to be brought out. Your awareness is picking up on it, and our awareness is that much more tuned for the pain, for the heaviness, for the negativity, right? Because it's a stickier energy. So we'll pick up on that much faster. It's also easier to acknowledge you know what, I'm not feeling great, then it is to acknowledge I'm feeling amazing. Because the negativity, the darkness has a density to it. It has a heaviness to it. Like the whole point of joy and happiness is its lightness, right? Light is love. Light is life. Light is laughter. Light is happiness. And it's always light, right? It's a little fairy. She comes and sits on your shoulders for a little while. And then when there is sorrow, when there is fear, when there is anger, because these are heavier energies, they feel like they're staying longer. Not with the decrees. The thing is, the decrees shooting straight for the superconscious. So bringing in the 100% light, bringing in the 100% gold. However, we are not just the superconscious, right? We are also subconscious, unconscious. We're also the conscious. Because the crown, which has light, is also based on all the other elements in our chakra. So there is the root chakra, earth. There is the sacral, swadhisthana, water. There is the solar plexus, manipura, fire. There is the heart chakra, anahata, air. There is the throat and third eye, vishuddhi, ajna, space, and the infinite lotus of the crown chakra, sahasrara, light. There is a flow in our bodies where we go from the heaviest, the densest, where we go from the material towards the lightness of awareness and consciousness. So whether we are dealing with survival, whether we're dealing with instincts, whether we're dealing with willpower, whether we're dealing with bonding, whether we're dealing with attachment, whether we're having difficulty speaking our truth, whether we're trying to open our third eye, or finally the light in the crown chakra, all of this is part of our life. From the crown to the root, from the root to the crown is a two-way street. What we know, we must take action on. What we have learned, we must apply. Between the applications and the action, results will come in. Things will happen. Feedback will happen. You got to take that in, process it, and rinse, repeat. Again, what you know now with what has happened, you will take action. With now what you have learned, you will apply. Like R. I really like this girl in my group. So I went up to her with a rose and a love letter, and I gave it to her, and she went and told everybody in the group, and now I'm just so embarrassed. I feel so foolish. I wish I hadn't done it. Or S. I studied. I'm really doing my best. I'm really trying. Nothing's working for me. I'm really not doing too well. All of this is feedback. Take care of your bruised heart. Tell her what she did embarrassed you. Use the decrease. See if you need a tuition teacher. The crown chakra is always ready with answers and solutions. You only want to be able to hear them. You only want to be able to receive the feedback. Because it's a two-way street, right? From here to down, from down to up. For our most grandest, brightest, lightest life, you need this two-way street to be functioning properly. This is not true for all of us, right? For some of us, this two-way street is accident prone. It is full of potholes, horns blaring, angry drivers, speed breakers, pile-ups, broken roads, road under construction, or it is a one-way street. One-way street is when you're thinking and thinking and dreaming and taking no action. And the other is when you keep taking the same action over and over and over and over and over again, wishing and hoping and praying it'll work this time. This needs action. Action needs thinking, needs processing, needs rationalizing, needs analysis, needs third eye as well. Remember, they're all in the same place. Like Nidhu said, right? Today is Budhvar. Today is Wednesday. It's the day of Mercury. Budh is Buddhi. Buddhi is intellect. And this is the area that keeps our Buddhi. This keeps our intellect, keeps our reasoning, keeps our analysis, and also keeps our third eye, seat of intuition. So this particular part, which by the way, most evolved in human beings, prefrontal cortex. This is the part that is handling your intelligent responses, your ability to receive feedback. I said this on a previous call last year, that when you're in the habit of doing the same thing over and over again, hoping that it will work, what you're really doing is continuously driving down a dead end and banging your head on the wall. And then you're banging your head on the wall. And then you're banging your head on the wall. And you have to bang your head on the wall because clearly something here is not working. Action is happening, but feedback, processing, analysis, and then the next step is not coming down. Or you are just daydreaming all the time and unable to take any action. This two-way street needs to be absolutely fine. So close your eyes and just get a sense of your two-way street from crown to root, from root to crown. Nothing needs to be done. I just want you to observe and know what it is and how it's looking. You would have gotten a sense of it, you would have gotten a picture, or you would have even heard horns blaring. Return to the call, open your eyes. When the crown chakra is not attached to the root chakra, one part of the street is not okay. When the root chakra is not attached to the crown chakra, one part of the street is not okay. What we're going to do now, and this is part of your preparation for ExaBrain, is we're going to connect the crown to root in the simplest way possible. And then we're also going to clean whatever your roads were looking like. Maybe your roads were looking lovely. Well, then they'll just get cleaner. Maybe your roads were not looking so clean. We will check after this. Remember, anterior fontanelle, it is around this curve. So not here. Around this curve, very gently, I want you to start thumping. You can use right hand or left hand. And you're going to let your jaw fall open in a very relaxed position. When you do that, you will have a sudden jerk of breath. The moment that jerk of breath comes, like something will just pull your breath in. The moment that happens, while continuing to gently thump, you are going to inhale with soft, open mouth. And you're going to exhale. If one arm starts hurting, because we're not used to keeping our arm up here, use the other arm. Use the other palm, but very gently. And once again, repeat. You're going to keep your mouth just open, relaxed and open, and that jerk of breath will come. Like your lungs are suddenly getting activated. And as soon as that happens, you're going to pull in your breath with an open mouth. Pull, 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 pull. And you're also going to exhale with an open mouth. But you have to wait for that jerk of breath to happen. Remember, when we spoke about the two ways we connected to the outer world, one was your crown chakra, the other was your prana through your nose. It's just that the baby's lungs are so tiny. Ours are a little bigger. Once you have done this, and again, feel free to change your palms if your palms are hurting. One last time, please, keep your mouth loose. When that jerk of breath comes, and it will be in the upper chest, again, start inhaling. Finish and exhale. And bring your palm down. Have some water. By the way, this was just us working and opening the crown chakra. This is not the connection. The connection is as simple and so scientific as this. Again, you're going to be thumping here again. And with your opposite palm, you are going to gently thump on your chakras. You're going to thump on your third eye. You're going to move to your throat. You're going to move to your heart chakra. You're going to move to your solar plexus chakra. You're going to move to your belly button chakra. You're going to move to the sacral chakra, and how much ever lower you can go, we're sitting down. So just thump your thighs. Once you're done, you will then do it with the opposite hand. Whichever hand. So, third eye, throat, heart chakra, solar plexus, belly button. In the decree work, the belly button chakra is very important. Belly button, sacral, and thump your thighs. Now, come back up. So, sacral, belly button, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra, and open palms. We didn't do this with the opposite. So one more time, go back opposite and come from the bottom to the top, because we've done the top to bottom. Now just thump your thighs where you're sitting, thump your sacral, belly button, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat chakra, ajna chakra, touch your crown and open. Have as much water as you can have. Close your eyes. Please see your two-way street. How is it before? How is it now? What happened? What changed? Tell us. But take your time.
Just a quick recap here, Nidhu. With the first round, you said with the second set is where the connection happened. The first one was
just to open the crown chakra.
Just to open the crown chakra.
But you have to do both. Opening the crown chakra requires that you also use prana, because when you stepped out of the body, both of these were at play. The baby is made to cry so that the amniotic fluid, the lung fluid, all whatever was swimming in that fluid moves out of the lungs and the nose, and the baby takes the first breath in this new environment. The other is that your anterior fontanelle as well as your posterior fontanelle is also open. So they're both working simultaneously. So when you work with crown chakra, have to have pranayama or any kind of breath work. In fact, on the calls that we're going to do crown chakra breath work, slight variations of what we've done today. And of course, when we meet on Friday, we will do it again.
And people have written in, Nidhu, they Kulpreet's written more clearer. Case is feeling relaxed and calm. Kulpreet says feeling prana moving in every cell. Amazing. Love Nidhu magic. Trupti says pain and spine gone. Kulpreet says indigestion also gone. Dipali says feeling a little giddy. Indira says feeling a little sleepy. Gulshan says feeling block in the sacral chakra, headache gone. Indira says bloating, slight headache. Okay, so I looked at it very differently, Nidhu, as in compared to what everybody else is writing. And when you said close your eyes and imagine your two-way street, at that time, I actually saw this long, not oval, but like a two-way, like a circle that's been pulled from crown to root, like that. And it was constantly moving. and it was green in color. Like kind of neonish green, but kind of dark neonish green in color. And after this round, it was brighter. So
Nice.
that's been my experience.
Fantastic. All is good. All is good. Now we connected the crown to the root, and you can see there is a difference. Something has cleared, something else has revealed. We will now clean in the next so simple, so easy, so quick way. And here's how we're going to do it. So I hope you can see me. Remember what I said, from crown to root, from root to crown. So hands out, and all you're going to do is one after the other. You're going to alternate this. You're going to scissor your arms, but take it a little above your head and take it a little below your root chakra. If you're sitting like I am, it's okay. Meet your knee, meet your thigh, and come back up. And that's it. As much as possible, keep your arm straight. As much as possible. If you can't, you can't. But as much as possible, keep your arm straight. And yeah, the arm straight means elbow is straight. So you're not bent elbow. You're straight. And up and down and up and down. And can I do this faster, please? Up and down and 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 up and down. Don't tense up your face. Don't tense up your shoulders. Up and down and up and down, and shake. And have a sip of water and check your two-way street.
We'll check two-way street. Definitely had a round of cardio.
Say that again, ma'am.
I said, we'll check two-way street, but definitely had a round of cardio. I got up and I did it because for me, I wouldn't have been able to go below the knee. Like I wouldn't have been able to. I just got up and. Yeah.
So ideally, you would do it either standing, walking, lying down. You can do it sitting as well, as long as you're not obstructed. Right now we are, right? We're on a device right now. Tell me, how's your street looking? How's your two-way street looking?
Okay. Namrata says, feeling great. Connection feels open, smooth. Indira, and by the way, I have to mention this. I think it is Indira earlier wrote, what are the decrees? And below that also gave feedback with the first or second round that feeling lighter or better. And I just wanted to bring up, Nidhu, that don't know what the decrees are, but the work's happening and you're feeling it. That's the beauty of decrees in addition, isn't it? So Indira is written in light and black color. Right side was light and left is black. Priyanka says the two-way street is lighter and clearer. Dipali says before root to crown was going out of my body, but later was inside. Grishma says the first time I saw traffic both the ways, it was busier initially, and I saw cars moving from root to crown and humans walking from crown to root. But post the tapping, I saw calmer traffic. And Kulpreet says different colors I can see now, and Twinkle too. Trupti is lighter. Yogita says beautiful, clearer. Indira says now it's lighter. Swati says super clear and lighter. And Trupti says left is white and right is black. And Kinesha says, I can't see a two-way street, but I'm just too sleepy now and still have that headache. My eyes are literally shutting.
Please.
And underneath also his right side is heavy.
Yeah, please rest. Please rest. If you're up and your eyes are not shutting and there's heaviness, please have a full glass of water if possible. Have two. I'm just going to do a 1 second alchemy. Anytime you are seeing darkness in one side, we need to repeat this. And when we do our individual set of calls, I definitely want to speak to you. Let me just do an alchemy for darkness and heaviness, and we'll just check how you are.
And Nidhu, earlier also 2-3 people had written a heaviness, little pain in the finger. So this will cover everybody, yes?
Started. Done and 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 done. Give it a few seconds. It is a 1 second alchemy, but you may need more than a few seconds to process it. And while that happens, for those of y'all we're feeling a little better, everything's a little cleaner, everything's a little brighter, you are ready for the exa work. Yes. And not that if you're not feeling so great, you're not ready. You're also ready because you're shifting, you're processing, you are upgrading your vibration right now to be able to receive an ExaBrain. What is this ExaBrain? Seeing this ExaBrain, I've paid the package, I've joined the group, it says ExaBrain. What is this ExaBrain? So before I have to tell you about ExaBrain, I have to tell you about flops. Not movie flops, but flops. F-L-O-P-S. And flops are a floating point operations per second. Don't have to remember it. Floating point operations per second. And flops is how you measure a computer's speed and intelligence. Exa flops, where exa is quintillion. Quintillion is a billion billion, and that is 18 zeros or 24 zeros, depending on which part of the world you are. Exaflops is your ability to form, process connections. Because what is a computer? At the end of the day, a computer is this complete amalgamation of various wirings, right? This code, that code, working with that algorithm, working with this maths, working with this calculus. This set of communication between connections and how fast it happens is flops. Exaflops is possible only with supercomputers. And right now, I think there are maybe only 1 or 2 supercomputers in the world. The brain is definitely a supercomputer. Forming billion, please, operations per second. We don't know anything else except light that can operate at this speed. Right? It's incomprehensible. Billion operations per second. How cool is that, right? So the first time when I understood exaflops and I understood exaflops brain, and I was doing the decrees with exaflops brain, but my mind, because that's what memory does, right? My mind kept saying, this movie is a flop. This flop means some movie is a flop. Like the flops and the technicality and the engineering terminology was not fully getting through. So I started working with just ExaBrain, and that worked well as well. For those of you all who are comfortable with the word flops, I'm going to first do it with flops, and then I'm going to do it with exa, and you see, because you may not have this disruption taking place. I'm way more comfortable with exaflops now, because now, and that's the other thing about memory, right? You can always create fresh ones. So in looking at flops, in looking at the abbreviation, full form of flops, it's a little easier. I'm not immediately thinking, which movie was a flop here? And flops, by the way, Shilpa on our team, first time she heard it, she immediately said, oh, you mean like a floppy disk? I said, of course, that's exactly what it is. It's like a floppy disk. So the exa flops brain is your most incredible brain. It's your most amazing brain. Because what do you need for love?
The brain to keep evolving.
Need a brain that is continuously evolving. What happens as life goes on is that we don't realize that our brain power is diminishing. We're not remembering stuff. The more that we have dealt with, you know what? Park this, okay? Exaflops. Everybody's comfortable with exaflops? Everybody knows what exaflops is? Yes? Put this aside for a moment and tell me, what is the biggest separator between crown, chakra, and you? What causes the maximum distance?
Okay. while those answers come in, K is written in no, I don't. Your question about is everybody comfortable with,
Yeah.
understands or is comfortable with
Exaflops. So I'm going to say it again. So flops is your operational speed per second. Exa means billion, which means you are capable, you are not, your brain is capable of doing billion operations per second. Like it's that complex, it's that advanced, it's that evolved. So the exaflops is the terminology we're going to be using for the brain, and in turn, it will be used for love. What is the biggest separator between you and the crown chakra?
So Kulpreet says our thoughts, NS says trauma, Relu says Brian. Oh, brain. Sorry. I was like, who's Brian and why is he coming in the way of crown chakra and you as spell check? I think she's mentioned. I think Relu means brain. Excuse me. Kulpreet says disconnected from ourselves. Parul says stress and blocking due to threats. Minoti says our limiting beliefs and low vibrating thoughts. Trupti says emotions. Grishma says I feel it's our beliefs. Kanisha says your heart. Indira says brain. Namrata says everything opposite of love. Hansa says overthinking. Dipali says blocked sacral. Harneet says illusion. DB says loneliness. Dipti says mental blocks. Gulshan says our old limiting belief systems and stress. Yogita says fear and doubt. Reena says self-doubt. Anjali says ego. Richa says subconscious. Again, a huge, and Minoti is also saying logical mind. Such a vast range of responses.
True.
And everyone's been different.
Correct. However, the answer was given yesterday in as many words as an exact answer to this question. So two of y'all came very close because that word is a compound of what we're going to mention, but one of y'all said it. Yogita,
fear and doubt.
Fear and doubt. Now, doubt is only a indication of fear. The answer is fear. And when fear shows up, see, there's a journey to fear. The journey to fear is that anxiety, trepidation, nervousness, overwhelm, panic, constantly worrying, agitation, restlessness, irritation, annoyance, frustration, anger, hatred, resentment, bitterness, grief, sorrow, pain, illness, disease. But it all begins with fear. For those of y'all, for those two of y'all. So by the way, Yogita, Yogita gets a speedster lightning session.
I was just waiting. I said, I know this is going to come up. I'm waiting for you to finish your explanation. If you hadn't mentioned, I would have brought it up.
Thank you.
Yogita.
Stress is a compound of at least 10, 15 fears, 3, 5 angers, and 2, 3 griefs. So stress is huge. And stress, of course, plays a role. But even stress began as fear. Fear is also what disrupts the root chakra. So the moment your root chakra has gone off now in fear, what will your crown chakra do? Because the instruction for action moves down to the root. Your crown chakra cannot then anchor in the body. And the moment that distance and disruption takes place, well, that two-way street can start looking like a pile-up. It can, and depending on how far this stress has gone, how much anger and inflammation has shown up, how much disconnection, by the way, is a function of anger and hatred. We disconnect in hatred, we separate in fear. Tell me, what happens when you are afraid? What happens when you have fear? Tell me some of the symptoms you go through. What shows up when you are fearful? And everybody else who mentioned limiting beliefs, did somebody mention judgments? You're all absolutely correct. And all of them begin in fear. Judgments ultimately can become very inflammatory. They become about the rightness of me. I have decided how it's going to be. I'm not going to change my mind. Becomes a very fixed, rigid, inflexible decision. But everything begins in fear. So you're right, but we are going to take a look at judgments and limiting beliefs. But first, what happens when you have fear?
So people have written in Nidhu. Gulpreet says anxiety. Indira says palpitation. K says indecisiveness. Haneet says lose control. Indira says anxiety. Relu says panic. Dipali says go into survival mode.
Excellent.
Gulshan says anxiety. Indira says anger. Vaishali says numb. Anjali says freeze. Indira says pity. Vandana says all the chakras get blocked. Josie says shut down. Again, Indira says unworthy. Anxiety and numbness says Gulpreet. Anxiety and defensive says Parul. Solar plexus gets contaminated says Shailu. And fight, flight, freeze, fawn, fidget says Malvika. Namrata says anxiety, nervousness, irritation. Dipti says overthinking, anxiety, panic, and withdrawn. And Priyanka says anxiety leading to fight or flight. Rishma also says you start controlling.
Excellent.
Anxiety is like a lot of anxiety.
A lot of anxiety. And also, you're not familiar that this belongs to the family of fear. Palpitations, the anxious feeling, I've got a pukey feeling. You know, palms get clammy, but throat gets dry. And mostly what ends up happening in fear, again, absolutely, fight or flight. But when we first learned fear, we didn't have the option to fight or flee. Therefore, what started showing up was a freeze. You don't know what to do. How many times have you been faced with a crisis and you get paralyzed? Indecision is a form of paralysis. Overwhelm is a form of paralysis. Anxiety, and so much anxiety, is a form of paralysis. You don't know what to do next. Paralysis, by the way, is connections are not connecting. And the next thing you know, what is taking place is you're constantly worrying in a loop without knowing how to get out of it. You're putting up with rubbish behavior. You're letting people do whatever they want with you because you don't want them to leave. People pleasing, flattery. How many of you use flattery in order to soothe and calm the tyrant in your life? You end up using survival tactics, manipulation, controlling, passive aggressive, very peaceful, and then suddenly you are Chandi. When we start moving towards a brain paralysis, the area that is getting completely impacted is this area. Remember what I said, this is the place of your buddhi. You need buddhi, right? Like we have this term in India, right? Buddhi brushed. Like, and then you bang your head like that. Buddhi brushed. This, by the way, is a very healing movement. And it's one of the things we do in our brain work. It's very healing because this also starts opening up this part of your prefrontal cortex. So very gently, let's just do this. Just very gently and just for a few seconds. The point is that when this is not working, then what is working? The hindbrain. The hindbrain is the brain closest to your spine, and your hindbrain is the reptilian brain. And by the way, it's the reptilian brain because it is the brain reptiles have. Meaning, it is now your primal instinct that is taking over. No great answers are going to come out of this. No great solution is going to come out of this. When the brain goes into paralysis, relationships start getting worse or they fall apart. Emotional debt, also known as guilt, and financial debt start to pile up. These are the three indicators of love paralysis. And it all begins with your brain not functioning properly. What are we going to do? We are going to bring in the ExaBrain and take a look. Intuitively, Please tell me, how paralyzed are you in your life right now on a scale of 0 to 100? Now, wait. Let me reverse the order of this. Okay, yeah. 0 is not at all, and 100 is very high. If you're going to ask me, okay, but in which area? This is a fragmentation. Your road is chopped up. Give me one number for how paralyzed you feel. Don't write it yet, but make a note of it. Write it on a sheet of paper if you want. All right? Ready for ExaBrain, people? Yes?
People have started writing it. I think they'd already started writing it before you said don't need to write it. So it's coming in. It's okay. People, let it come in. Let it come in. It's, right, Nidhu? It's peaceful.
Yes, absolutely. Let it come in. The reason I ask you all not to write is because after, when I ask you where were you and where are you now, it's easier to put the number there, because now you will have to write the number again and let me know where you have reached. Only reason. But if you've started writing, please write. Let me give you a few seconds.
Do you want to know any of the numbers right now, Nidhu?
Oh, not at all. It is small, it is big, it is medium. You're going to see what happens once we have our brain, flopped our brain.
Nidhu, while people are still writing this in, you said, the love paralysis. You mentioned three things. There was the emotional debt, the financial debt. What was the third one?
Relationships start getting worse and falling apart. Like there's a steady decline in relationships. Ready, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think people are more or less, it's still coming in, but yes, ready.
Okay. Have some water.
And I don't know if you can hear him, but I think DJ's also sent you a number.
Hello, DJ.
Outside the door. But at the moment you said, give me a number. So he went with his, so I said, I don't know if you, so he's also sent you a number.
Got it, 46. But we couldn't hear him back, so yes. Okay. I'm just going to say some decrees, and you're just going to receive and react, respond. Brain, 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 your brain, your brain, your brain, your brain, your brain, your brain, the 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 exaflops brain, the exaflops brain, the exaflops brain, the exaflops brain, the exa brain, the exa brain, the exa brain. Integrating, 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 integrating. The love, the love, the love, your love, your love, your love, your love, the exaflops love, the exaflops love, the exaflops love, the exa love, the exa love, the exa love, the exa love, integrating, 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 integration in progress. It will stay for however long it needs to. 2 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, it will continue to work. Take your time, there's no hurry. Let there be at least 1 minute of silence. Take longer if you need to. Check your intuitive number for paralysis. Brain paralysis, fear paralysis, love paralysis, money paralysis, relationship paralysis, job paralysis, whatever it was, that number was indicating. Take a look at that number now. Tell me how it was then. Tell me how it is now.
Give the comparison. So please do write the original number again. So many of you have written it, and it's going to be a little difficult for me to keep going up to check what your original number was. And I want to share this, Nidhu, because how can I not? This, so I was fluctuating between two numbers. I went to one number and then another number came to mind. And at that very instant is when he barked. So, sorry, lump in my throat. So he gave you the number that was very close to my first number. So yeah, and even in the processing, lump in my throat, definitely emotional, definitely tears, coming home.
Correct, coming home.
So I'm going to go off video and I'm going to call out people's numbers so that you also do it.
Nidhu's my sister, people, when she cries.
But this is a good one. This is good. These tears are always good. With the decrease, the tears are definitely good, because while this has never been said before and it came up yesterday and now it comes up again today, you're going home. You're coming home.
Returning home.
Returning home. So, right. And with that, let me quickly give you the numbers. There is, all right. So Vaishali went from 70 to 32. Indira went from 85 to 20. Deborah went from 99 to 48. Priyanka went from 78 to 48. Nilesh went from 7 to 0. Josie went from 90 to 30. Vandana went from 90 to 70. Anjali from 30 to 0. Gulpreet from 80 to 10. Excuse me, Vaishali from 72 to 32.
Who's the one who went to 0?
Nilesh went from 7 to 0. Anjali went from 30 to 0. And he's so Nilesh 7 to 0, Anjali 30 to 0.
Excellent. But Anjali is traveling this month. Are you that Anjali who put it up on the Telegram group?
I think so. Anjali Vyas, right? I think she's the one. I think so, yes. But we'll get confirmation from her.
And so sorry to interrupt, Ma. But Indira, you have made excellent progress. I want you to check the darkness that you had seen in the two-way street and tell me how that's looking as well. Go ahead.
I think Trupti had seen the light and black. Yeah.
I think Trupti had also seen, correct. Trupti had also seen, but Indira had also indicated some darkness somewhere. Yes, both Indira and Trupti, correct.
Vaishali 72 to 32, Dipali 70 to 50. Trupti has gone from 60 to 20.
Oh, Trupti, please check as well. 60 to 20 is fantastic. I mean, this is very good receiving of light. Excellent. It's excellent. Take a look at the road, at the two-way street.
Malvika has gone from 70 to 30, especially financial. Relu also says 0, but original numbers not there. PSA, sorry, that's how the name showing up. From 75 to 65, Dipali says tears. Grishma says from 80 down to 20. Nishi, thank you. Nishi has sent big hugs. And Parul has also said, Nidhu, we love it. Thank you. And because of you, Nidhu, I receive so much love because of you.
We'll start calling again, people. So
Namrata says, was 75, 45 now. When you began, my left eye felt like stone. Seems better now. Reena is from 95 down to 90. Kinesha is from 100 to 60.
Excellent.
Janet 75 to 45. Sunita 60 to 47. Kinesha also says that I saw many visions from my childhood. Indira has written choking up, throat as if the throat is choking. Is it choking? Is it a choking feeling, or is it a lump in your throat that is letting you know that let the tears out? I'm just asking because when you're overwhelmed with tears, it sometimes feels like your throat is choking, choking up.
And while you answer that, Indira, Kinesha, how is the heaviness? Is the heaviness in the head lesser? How's your sense of connection with the body?
Okay. And Anjali has said, yep. So she said a yes to confirmation that she's the same. Sonal has said 90 to 78, 90 to 80. Gulshan says 77, no change in headache. I did have light and dark street as well. Richa has gone from 50 to 20. Trupti is written, it's all gone, turning, it's all brighter.
Good.
Trupti is another one. Yeah.
Super.
Indira has also said right side more brighter, left side is gray now.
Good. So it's diffusing itself. Excellent. Excellent. Isn't this amazing? Light will do everything. Okay. We need an ExaBrain before we do the power of no, because the power of no, there are many ways we use the power of no with the decrees. And I'm going to give you one, which is a love decree, but it uses the power of no. I just want you to try it for yourself right now, which is
Sorry, very, very quickly, because Kinesha has brought up again, I'm still feeling super sleepy. Heaviness is a bit low, but I'm feeling really low since the headache started, and the childhood visions I had are just not helping one bit. What do I do? Sorry, Nidhu, I interrupted. She had mentioned the same thing earlier. It's still coming up.
Yeah.
Is anything you want to do?
Have a full glass of water. Why are you fighting your sleep? You must honor what the message of the body is. And I get it. We did understand that the numbness came from very deep trauma. You would feel a little better. Get some rest. Stay connected to the call, but please close your eyes. And definitely have water. Because I'm going to give you, there's a decree I'm doing right now. We'll see how it is, but you don't need to actively hear it. Even if your eyes are closed and you've dozed off, it's fine.
Kinesha, I hope that answers that. And you were right, Nidhu. I mean, what Kinesha, she said, I don't want to miss the session, so I don't want to sleep. Yeah. In fact, just plug it in and lie down. And if you drift off, you drift off. And trust me, Kinesha, it's all going to go in. Don't worry. It's all going to register.
You're not going to miss anything.
Yeah.
And you're back again on Friday, by the way. So you're not going to lose out. And you're also going to be getting some of the cleaning and clearing. And here's one of the powers of no. And this is, and everybody's going to say this, I'm going to use the word heaviness, yes? And then I'm also going to use the word darkness. So I love not being heavy. I love not being heavy. Just 3 times. See what happens. I love not being in the dark. I love not having darkness. 2, 3 times only, and check. How's your heaviness? Now, the reason heaviness becomes this giddiness, becomes this sleepiness in the head, is because trauma was supposed to have gone straight from the lower half of the body down our legs, out our feet. But when there is such excessive fear, so much abuse, so much violence, so much trauma either happening to us or we're witnessing it, then instead of running down, it starts running up. So trauma energy has a tendency to go to the head, because you see, the head is easier to have things leave from. The head is your gold. The head has your alchemy. The head has your light. Going downwards is towards the earth. Earth is heavy. She is cold. She is wet. She is also sunshine. But sunshine is not earth. Sun is outside. In fact, there is earth and this is sun. 100% light. And therefore, trauma says, where am I going to get burnt off faster? I can't move down here because there's so much fear. Remember that fear paralyzes. Anger explodes. Grief concaves us. We become like this. We take our chest inward. Of course, we also slouch in fear. We also slouch a lot in judgments. But I will come to judgments and limiting beliefs. And therefore, in that contraction, in the tightness of, I'm not safe, I'm not safe, I'm not safe, I'm going to die, this is such a big threat, this is such a big threat, this is such a big threat. Now the trauma has only one place to go, and that is up the spine. So it will go and catch your head. For those of y'all who are still feeling this in the head, I am parting your skull. Just see everything rush out. You'll see ash, you'll see grayness, you'll see darkness. You might even see people, you might see monsters. Just let it move out. Everything is being guided to the sun, behind the sun, behind the sun, behind the sun, Surya Deva, to be digested in his belly, in his furnace completely. So you will see everything coming out of your skull, moving out from your window towards wherever the sun is right now. Just see it leaving. You will feel lighter. I must also say, when there is fear, even though your mouth is getting dry, your hands are sweaty, but you don't feel like eating or drinking anything. The more the trauma in the body, the less water we drink. So water is crucial. You will see in my posters, it says the decrease in water, there's nothing faster, because water is its own kind of magic. Water is its own kind of healer. You have to increase your intake of water if you know you're dealing with rubbish. And of course, come for Saturday's call, take the package, practice with the degrees. Let me give you the next set.
And Nidhu, before you give the next set, there's actually a request to repeat the first set. So it's, I love not being heavy. I love not being in the dark. And the last one is?
You know,
Nidhu, you do a session. You do a session with me. I am giving you a session.
I think the last one was I love not being I love not
having darkness.
Not having darkness.
And yeah. You take a session with me and then with Shilpa.
Done. Please send me your scheduling links.
Absolutely. As soon as the call gets over.
I love not carrying trauma. I love not carrying trauma. I love letting go of memories of abuse. I love not being traumatized. I love not being in pain. I no longer need to carry this trauma, abuse, and pain. I no longer do so. I don't have pain anymore. I don't have trauma anymore. I don't have darkness anymore. In the decree language, where we do end up using a lot of these no's, today actually we're going to literally use the word no. Whatever is going on in your life, at your crown chakra, you are 100% gold, you are 100% light. But remember, right? We showed up in the physical body. We showed up in a physical world. We showed up in a material world. And things that have taken place here could have changed and defined our ego. Hang on. The bad word is not ego. The bad word is egotistical. Because ego, ahankara, not ahankar, ahankara is only the full set of definitions of you. I am a girl. I am a woman. I live in Bombay. I am a daughter. I am a mother. I am a friend. I am a sister. I am a professional. I do not eat chocolate. And I don't. But there are a whole set of definitions that define you. These definitions can be extremely traumatic definitions, right? Like that poster, right? That has this fish trying to climb a tree, and it says if you try to teach a fish to climb a tree, it will spend its whole life thinking it's stupid. You're not stupid. You're not dumb. You're not a mess. You are not a failure. But in being told this, or in being spoken to like we were, or in being judged like this, or in being criticized in other words that meant this, our definitions start forming. You will have some definitions that you know are terrible. But in the dark of the night, before you go to sleep, in your worst nightmares, these definitions keep revealing themselves. Sometimes also when you're speaking to somebody and they will suddenly say something to you and it will remind you, you know, I really am such a mess. Nothing's going to ever work for me. No matter what I do, it is not going to work. Although that becomes a belief system. What I want from you is the I am definition. You'll also have I am good definitions. I am good. My life is good. Right? When we started off, we had quite a few. My life is great. My life is amazing. Your life can't be amazing if you don't feel amazing. You can't feel amazing and not have an amazing life. So clearly there is, I am amazing as well. I'm very good. I'm feeling so nice. I am a very good person. I am a giving person. I am a generous person. I am a doctor. I save lives. I am a teacher. I teach little minds. Whatever are your I ams, what I want is the I am definition that you know is horrendous. Give me one example of this. And Nidhu will be back shortly. I'll just continue till then. And anything.
I'm right here, Nidhu. I'm right here.
Okay.
Right here.
Just give me one. Give me one or two.
Okay. Kulpreet, you've asked for the worst definition, right? So, well, for Kulpreet, her worst is that I am love.
No, Kulpreet may have replied.
She did it earlier, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So Dipti says, I am not enough. Gulshan says, I'm not worthy. Malvika says, I'm codependent. Grishma says, I'm abandoned in love. Indira says, I'm not doing things good. And by the way, Indira also wrote in to to say that her throat pain is gone and it was about crying. And she also said that when you parted the brain, something released trauma from my childhood. Now two-way is free flowing. She also mentioned.
Fantastic. Excellent and superb. Excellent and superb. Now, I am not worthy, right? I am not worthy is always linked with I'm not good enough. It's also linked with I am not deserving. It's also linked with I shouldn't receive more good. It's definitely I should be punished. So I'm going to go with I'm not worthy as our group demonstration. Then we're going to take on
Quite a few of that has come up, Nidhu. Quite a few people have written that I'm
super,
not worthy.
super. By the way, the emotional
Maximum.
counterpart of I'm not worthy is anxiety. If you have anxiety, you are guaranteed carrying this. If you have anxiety, you will have a tendency to guilt. Then you will end up in love paralysis. If you have anxiety, there is also a physical tendency towards acidity. Allow feedback, do something about it. Use the decrees. All right, power of no. So why am I not looking at your good ones? Because obviously we don't want to use the power of no for what is the good. We also don't want to use the power of no for what is neutral. We don't need to touch that. We want to use the power of no for I am not worthy. And you can try this exercise, but it is recommended to do it when you have done a little bit of the connecting, clearing, and you've brought in a little bit of the ExaBrain. Because otherwise, you can have a great resistance to what I'm about to say right now. Okay. I'm going to give you the 4 steps. Number 1, you're just going to say, and you're going to say it, right? The decrees are commands, right? You don't want to whisper a command. You can, it'll still work, but ideally you would say it, right? So you're going to say, I am not worthy. Right? Yes? Everybody has said it? Okay.
Yes.
And now you're going to negate this. So you're going to smile. You're going to very calmly, you're going to say, yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
Okay? Please, I am not worthy. Give it a moment. And you're going to smile and you're going to say, yes, I am. And see what happens.
So didn't like saying that, Nidhu. I am not worthy. Did not like saying it at all.
That might not be your thing. That yours might be something else. So don't say it. Don't like.
No, I'm just saying because we're all working as a collective group right now, right? Now I do have my moments of not feeling worthy, but I think, but so sometimes, so maybe that's why, maybe because of the work with the definitely. Why am I saying maybe? Where's the doubt? Of course, definitely with the decrees. Ekdam did not like saying it in the moment with the smile to say it. Yes, I am. Okay, relief. All right, all is well.
Good.
All is good.
Try saying, I'm not worthy now. Just try it. Now, you may be able to say it still. You may not be able to say it. You may be thinking it, but it's not coming down to the mouth. Right? Where you are thinking it, same thing. Smilingly, you are going to say, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Now I defy you to think it also. What was the sentence? What was the sentence we were working on? Okay, one memory will flash. Let it flash. It will have no charge. Check.
Yeah, so a few people also wrote in saying not able to say it the second time. And Kulpreet says 0, 0. Gopal says 3. Immediately. Eiling says, now I can't say it without smiling at the same time.
It doesn't mean anything now. You have negated it. Now give me something which is like a, read out some more, Neelu.
So Ipsa says, true, bad memories are melting. Jigna says, couldn't say it. I've just gone upwards. Ipsa says, almost could see all the traumatic scenes of my life when saying I'm not worthy. And with that, she wrote, true, bad memories are melting. Trupti says, feeling better. And Indra says, not able to heal now. Smile is prominent. I'm guessing she's saying able to heal it now because her smile is prominent. And Janet is written, I am a failure in my relationships. Right?
I love that. Hey, wait. Stop. All right. This is Janet, right?
Yeah, Janet.
Okay, good. So I wanted a sample of this as well. Now, again, so Janet, you have said it, you have written it, now just say it. Everybody, whoever feels like this is true for us as well, or in whatever way we are a failure, because we are not going to use the word in relationships, because everything is one and one is everything. Whatever is going on in one part of your life is impacting every part of your life. Okay. So you're going to say, what is that? I've already, see, my head is already gone and done it, so I can't remember the second.
Failure.
Okay, failure. Yeah, okay. So I am a failure. Smile. No, I'm not. Try.
I am saying I'm a failure with a smile only, Nidhu. So it's not the thing that is like, oh, I don't want to say it, I can't say it, it's such a pain to say. No, I've said it with a smile, and I've said I am not with a bigger smile.
Excellent. Check now. You see, the I am definitions become your belief system, become your judgments. What is life? Somebody please quickly tell me. What is life?
It's your classroom, it's your gym.
It's maths.
It's maths.
Neelu, one session to you.
Thank you.
After I've done mine with you, then we... With mathematical precision, life will show up. Whatever are your other judgments about life, about women, about money, about being on earth, about living, about God, about the universe, about your government, about your country, it begins at home. Everything begins at home, which is why we also want to keep going back home. And we want to go back home. It begins with how you are looking at you. Now that you have said this, Janet, just tell me, what is your reaction? What happened in this? I don't think we took even 3 seconds. Tell me your result.
Okay, waiting for Janet to write it. Indira said, giggling only. He says, tears in eyes. Relu says, I know that I'm not a failure, then I accept I'm successful. Indira says, stomach. So I guess that's where something happened. Okay, Janet says, I'm smiling.
Excellent. This is it. But your smile is most important, because one of the things I haven't told you yet about your ExaBrain is that there are about 8 ridiculously simple things that make your ExaBrain stay Exa. One, of course, is working with the work we're going to be doing, where you will receive the Exa alchemy for your brain. And by the way, we started today, but I'm going to keep this open. So even if you want to jump in, you will have 5 days of alchemy for your ExaBrain. But smiling is an Exa function. Drinking water is an Exa function. Asking questions with an intent to get an answer is Exa function. For example, when you have said the decree, right, which sounds like a question, an answer would have popped into your head. It's just that I'm not asking for the answers, you haven't given it to me. Can you upgrade me now? Can you heal me now? It's a question, right? Can you? However, I was not looking for an answer, but the question itself exerts your brain. Asking the right question. Not, ye hoga to kya hoga, wo hoga to kya hoga, ye hoga to terrible hoega, wo hoga to aur bhi terrible hoega. You ask yourself a question with an intent to get an answer. Most of us ask the question in judgment. Why me? Nobody's ever asked me this question when they were happy. So this is completely an imbalanced question. Why me? Why not you? Like what you're really saying is nothing bad should happen to you. It should all happen to other people. Where is your crown chakra? What is going on? Where is your connection? But you ask with an intent of answer. Why me? I had a time in my life where for 3 weeks, I didn't see anybody, didn't want to. And I asked a question, and that answer that came, lots of answers have changed my life. But when that answer came, I was like, okay, I get it. When I started seeing energies, I had this one energy I couldn't place. I was like, I know this energy. I know this energy, what this looks like. This is how fear looks. This is how anger looks. This is how grief looks. This is how jealousy looks. Because you can see they have various shades, textures, and colors to them. But there was one milky-ish, transparent-ish, very close to how fear looks. I was like, what is this? I can't figure out. What is this energy? And it took 2 weeks because till then I was still pondering on my own. I hadn't asked the questions. What is this? And an answer came in my inbox because the universe is digital. Obviously, because everything that has been created in the universe. So the universe is digital. And there in the subject line was the answer that said, the answer is shame. What I was seeing was shame. And because shame as an emotion wants to be invisible. So the moment I was also trying to look at it a little deeper, my shame started hiding. When you ask a question with an intent to an answer, you will get an answer. Your answer is the best basis for a solution. Most of us don't look at an answer. We go straight to solution. Child is not studying, scold him. Take away his TV. Take away his playtime. Complain to the teachers. These are solutions. These are not answers. But when you look for an answer, it will come. Now we have spoken about the I ams and the I am not. I'm not worthy we looked at, and I am a failure we looked at. Check again one more time. Because just as you cannot learn to tie your shoelace in one time, everything needs practice. And ExaBrain requires maximum commitment to the practice of the light. Try it again. Is it making sense, or is it like a, suna hai ye kahin pe?
Absolutely not, Nidhu. Making sense. It's Kulpreet.
The two I am sentences.
Right. No, she's saying jackpot with Nidhu, like being with you on the calls. It's like it's a jackpot. So, yeah. And Relu's also written, wow, water questions with intention, decree, right questions. A lot of questions are answered by the universe, knowingly or unknowingly. Very true. Universe is digital. Very true. Happens to me. Dipali also says you're making sense.
Fantastic. But what I want you to check your I am sentence. How about loser? No? Is there nobody here who's ever thought they were losers, failures?
In the past, for sure, Nidhu. Like
Never get it right.
Right. The intensity and the regularity, yeah, of it.
Stupid is another one, right? Teachers like to do this, especially in Catholic Anglo-Indian schools. You know,
especially with like really young children, and that's a different level of impact and trauma altogether. I mean, and it takes half a lifetime, if not longer, to even just come out of it, to even accept the fact that You're not. You're not. You are. You have you are intelligent. You have common sense. You have logic. Yeah. Stupid is a big one.
Stupid is a big one, right? And you're always called this publicly. Nobody ever did it privately, whether it was a parent or a sister or a friend. There's always one group who is like privy to your humiliation and how awful you're feeling, and to the shame and the embarrassment rising from your sacral to your temples. How about this, somebody? Shall we take a look at it?
In fact, Gulshan's written in, thank you for solving my issue, the I am unworthy. And Itza says, I've thought so, but now the sentence is, I'm not a loser. And
Good.
Reena says, I had felt shame a lot of times before. Indira says, I felt shame at school. Barrel says, yes. Trupti also says, it was in school. Deborah says, humiliation is big. You know, it is so strange, Nidhu, that the maximum years of this, you know, the stupidity, humiliation is in those crucial formative growing up years. It's, I'm like, what to even say, what to think.
But the more of us with ExaBrain, the more of us with ExaLove, our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, our great-great-great-grandchildren will be able to have more loving presences and people in their lives. Your crown chakra is the one that lets you think in terms of vision. Vision is always, right? Dur Darshan, which was also the name, is also the name of our national television network. But this long-term planning, I don't know what I don't know, but I know that if I don't do something about what I don't know, nothing is going to happen. And this, your ExaBrain, your return home, because nobody with a healthily functioning crown chakra would ever be mean to anybody, would not knowingly hurt someone. In fact, and this is not to avoid confrontation, because when your crown chakra is healthy, you also know when to fight. You know which battles to pick. You don't shy away from the time. You got to take a stand. So this is not about keeping the peace. This is not about avoiding, running away. It's not about that. But your long-term goals, your long-term planning is only possible when your crown chakra is healthy. Let's take a look at what word are we going with? Stupid? Dumb?
There's stupid, there's shame, there's humiliate. These are the words that have come up. So yeah.
Got it. So let's just quickly do, my darlings, on behalf of all the children that we have been, because we're not just one inner child, on behalf of all the children we have been, on behalf of all the children in the world, on behalf of all the children that are going to come into the world, please, let's take a look at this sentence that says, I am stupid. We will smile and say, no, I'm not. Allow yourself the freedom of that unconditional love that has no expectation of you except that you come back home. Shame, humiliation goes away. Shame, humiliation goes away. Shame, humiliation goes away. Universal love comes in. Universal love comes in. Universal love comes in. Check. How are we doing? Take a look at the shame. And just by the way, wait. So when we have an ExaBrain and we have ExaLove, then we are full of life and we're full of light and we're full of love. Did I say love? We're full of love, we're full of life, we're full of light, right? When you were born, this is what you were full of. Not so much full of love, but really full of light, right? Sattva, Sattvik. What are you full of today? Okay, make a note. Whatever it is you're full of today, whatever that word, what word popped into your head, it'll come from your limiting beliefs, it'll come from your judgments. Some word would have popped into your head. I am full of rubbish. I'm full of nonsense. Whatever is the word that came in, okay, you're going to say, no, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
And you're going to follow that with full of life, full on life, full of life, full on life, full of life, full on life. And I'm going to ask you the question again. See, this is a good question. This is an ExaBrain question. What are you full of? What is the answer that comes now? It could be another answer. Like first we said rubbish, then we said nonsense, then we said, what are the? Shame, because we were looking at shame and humility. I'm full of shame. No, I'm not. Full of life, full on life, full of life, full on life. Check. What is the answer to what you're full of, and what is the answer now? Where were you and where have you reached?
Right. Earlier, Nilesh had written tears coming down. Anjali said, after ages and ages and ages, I'm just smiling. So when you first said, what are you full of? Malvika said, clear light. Parul said, feeling very light. Kulpreet said, lethargic. Excuse me. Indra says, while doing this decrease, my mouth senses feeling sweetness and good taste. Ipsa says, full of shame, remorse, guilt, confusion. Mamta says, worry. Anjali says, switch flipped on. And Indira is repeated, full of life, full on life, full of life, full on life. And now Reena says life. Ipsa says, full of dreams, life, joy, and happiness. Parul says, full of love and life. Tripti says, love. Indra says, love. Vandana says, full of life, full of love, full of hope. And Nishi says, I'm stupid, smile, say I'm not. Sorry, thank you, Nishi, just giving everybody the reminder. Jigna says, full of creativity. Ipsa says, from shame, remorse to joy and life. Swati says, full of hope, yes, I am. Mamta says, vibration in the body. Nishi says, full of Nidhu admiration. Priyanka says, I'm feeling light and also energized. Indra says, feeling lighter. Gulshan says, from irritation, full of happiness and joy.
Fantastic.
Says, I'm not healed completely, but I'm definitely better than what I was when I joined today's session. And Yogita and Vijaya, Bandana, Dipti, and Mamta have all written in about being full of divine love and light and positivity and joy.
Fantastic. Super. What's going to happen now that you're feeling better?
Pick up the package in case you haven't.
That is an incredible answer. And if you can put that answer down, you are definitely getting a session. But I was also asking, now that you're feeling better, what's going to happen? When you feel better, your day goes better. What is the secret to success? What is the secret to life? What is the secret to love?
The decrease and an evolved brain.
Neelu, I'm giving you 20,000 sessions. So, the secret to success is found in your daily routine.
Yes.
Therefore, doing a little bit of this, how long did it all take? What you had to do, the sequence of what you had to do, or the understanding of what you do is what has taken up our call. But the work itself, how long is it? 1 minute? 2 minutes?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. How long does it take to take a look at that particular sentence and say, wait, no, I'm not. How long does it take to do that? There are two more decrees that are total ExaBrainers. And in fact, we did it on one day on our Telegram group, on our Golden White Light group. By the way, people get onto the group. We do great stuff on the group as well. And we did one day of that. And I think that was the day that Vijaya wrote about her son. That was the first day, I think.
I think that was within the first few days of you beginning this work. Yeah.
I didn't tell them it's an ExaBrain decree, because that would have meant what is ExaBrain, which is ExaBrain. That would have taken some time. But it's an ExaBrain decree. And that is, I am willing, I am willing, I am willing. Try it right now. I am willing, I am willing, I am willing.
I am willing, I am willing, I am willing. The universe has my back. 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 7 times, because yesterday was Mesh and it is the year of 7. So
correct. You know, I've got so much more to do, and I'm just realizing that y'all have been doing this for quite some time. I really appreciate y'all. So very quickly, very, very quickly, I want to tell you how to continue this work. Of course, we're also meeting on Friday, but there is a fast acting bonus, which has to do with the alchemy for your ExaBrain. It's already started today. It also has to do with the energizing of your intentions. Like, you can ask for anything and it will be energized for you. That started today. So you want to grab this very quickly, and cue package. Lights, camera, action.
Exa Love and Awakening the Divinity Within with Nidhu B Kapoor, OG of the revolutionary lightning speed healing technology, the decrees. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Nidhu B Kapoor, who's going to tell you exactly what the packages are.
Thank you. Thank you. I was so hoping you'd actually continue, but okay. Okay. So package A, where you have 1 second alchemy. In 1 second alchemy, you experienced it very briefly on our call towards the early half. But basically, it's a way to bring in that much more gold and light for your brain, as well as whatever it is that you like to ask for. You know how it is, right? It's like if you said that I want to, I want to be a striptease dancer. And 20 people around you were saying, you should, that's amazing. You would be so good at it. You know what? It just makes it easier for your dream to materialize. And that's what energizing is. So 1 second alchemy, which is a system of energizing, is for your Exa Love, which is the same thing as ExaBrain, as well as for the intentions that you would like to make. It also includes 4 live group calls. And on those group calls, we're going to be taking a look primarily at the biggest separator of it all, fear. Please keep this page. I just remembered that we had mentioned anxiety and how big anxiety was. Let me just very quickly do one on that. Anxiety goes away. Anxiety goes away. Anxious goes away. Anxious goes away. Anxiety and anxious goes away. Universal mind comes in. Universal mind comes in. Universal mind comes in. I'm anxious all the time. No, I'm not. Package B is 2 5-minute speedster sessions, because my lovelies, you have seen, we really don't need to take too much time. I was really hoping that I could speak one-on-one with at least some of y'all, but I think y'all were responding so fantastically to the instructions that we didn't have to do that. But 2 5-minute speedster sessions. And a speedster session is ideal for like a judgment, a belief system, a stress point, a fear point, an anger point. It is best for emotional and mental work. For physical work, I would recommend that you take the entire package, that you take package A as well as package B, and that will help more. But the sessions themselves is best. Like, for example, the I'm not good enough, or the I'm not great enough, or the story of what is going on in there. That is ideal for our Speedster Lightning session. And package C is both package A as well as package B. And package A, 4 live group calls. We're only going to be taking a look at our crown chakra breath work, at our crown chakra connecting, crown chakra clearing, our fears, whatever. Maybe anxiety is showing up, maybe worry is showing up. Thank you so much. Fast. Did you go to fast action bonus? Okay. So fast action bonus, again, we had said till yesterday, 5 p.m. And then we've extended it. Please look at poster in the middle, which says extended. So it's extended for just one more day. You got to pick it up and receive this alchemy. And yeah, that's it. You got to pick it up and receive this alchemy. So in package A, on our group calls, we're going to be doing all of this. Now, know how your judgments make you suffer. A little bit is already obvious to you. To be able to be thinking, I'm not worthy, then decides all action. It decides how you perceive the world. It decides how you will treat somebody. It decides what kind of love you will receive or let yourself receive. It defines what kind of money you will let yourself receive, right? It is making you suffer because judgments are a fixed, rigid, inflexible decision. And once that decision is made, well, then you're going to go down that road only, right? So how your judgments suffer and how you're going to let go of them, how basically you're going to take your power back from your inner critic because your judgment is only as strong as your inner critic is. The you-ness of you, the you-ness of you. So the you-ness of you is the I am work that we did today. And learn the power of no, discover unconditional love, get your 47 words love assessment. We're going to have fun with this. This you're going to get next week. You're going to get 47 words. And out of those 47 words, you will just give yourself some marks and you will get your love assessment. It's just for fun. Like, I'll give you one word that you've never thought is a word for love, but it is. And that word is hobbies. So like that, there are some very traditional words that you would say, of course, this has to be, and some non-traditional words that mean love. And when you take a look at it, you will get a complete check on your love and where you are right now, and therefore how much of it you are attracting in. Work with the universe decrees. I haven't even given you the remaining universe decrees. You have gotten, Neelu and Shilpa will let us know how many universe decrees we've gotten, but there are more. And we will use them as well. The 6 love decrees. So 6 love decrees, I gave you one of those today. The love decree that uses the power of no, which is, I love not being in the dark. I love not having darkness. I love not being heavy. That's one of the love decrees. There are 5 more like that. And I'll give you another one when we meet on Friday. But there is more. And get unstuck and move ahead in minutes. Please, people, confirm to me that you all have absolutely gotten unstuck. You all are not just moving, you all are running, you all are marathoning, that your two-way street is clear. Everything worth doing is worth doing again. Practice makes excellence, makes perfect. And what we need is practice, because when you have something so simple, you'll do it for a while. And I know all of you all are interested in being better. And by the way, that's also a crown chakra function. Crown chakra people love to do better, know better, learn better. They just love being better people, not just better professionals. They're always interested in bettering themselves. They're always interested in learning and getting to the next level of themselves. And I know that you all have this, right? Which is why you all came on this call. But for that, you will need consistency. You will need practice. Therefore, you got to come on and do this package. Yes, all calls include our breath work, the connection, the clearing, and expected benefits are everything on this page and everything that you have sensed on the call itself. Next.
And more.
And more. Bonus. This bonus is very exciting because you have an option in this bonus. So this bonus is karma today. Now, karma completion was the first set of decrees. There was one given many years before that, but I guess I was not ready to look at it as a decree. But Saturn's decree was given for karma completion. And Saturn's decrees is a set of 4. What we're going to be doing on Mahashivratri night, because one, it's on Saturday, That's Lord Saturn's day. And Lord Saturn reports to Lord Shivji. So what we're going to be doing on Saturday is we're going to be doing a crash course. Very crash, please, because otherwise it's a 16-hour course. We're going to be doing a crash course in the 4 manifesting decrees that were given by Lord Saturn for karma completion. It's going to be great fun. So you will sit with your notepad and your pens, but you will also, exactly like our call today and yesterday, you will also be practicing it on yourself. So foundation crash course in Saturn's decrees coming up, and this is part of your 4 calls package. It is also part, don't move the page, it is also part of your 2-session package. Remember two Speedster Lightnings? It is also part of that. Now, if you can't take the 2 sessions and you cannot also take the group calls, you can do a pay as you like for this call. Whatever you can pay, we do have a minimum of 9 rupees because our payment system, InstaMojo, they don't accept payments below 9. So and by the way, there is no amount too little, there is no amount too big. Whatever you can, whatever you would like to, whatever you wish to, if this is the option that you need to take, pay as you like and come. You have this as well. Oh, yes. And here I got to thank you to is his name, Angel Dust, right? Angel Dust. I got to thank them for bringing this up. So this bonus is where on Telegram, you will be part of the community till 31st December 2025. Till next year, we're going to be together. And on this group, we do individual clearings, we do alchemies, as in, I think in the last 1 month, at least in the last few weeks at least, I think we did almost 7 to 8 days of daily alchemies, meaning you just put down whatever it is you want and you received alchemy for it. We're definitely doing a minimum of 12 no-charge calls. We're definitely making sure that you have an energy update every week. When you look at that DP has already been energized. And then there is the thank goddess, it's Friday money work. And mostly you are reminded about what it is to be done on a Friday, depending on whether it's the waxing cycle, which is the increasing cycle, or the waning cycle, which is the decreasing cycle. So we've got stuff to do, and most of all, you will be connected to others who are also practicing and working, enjoying, loving, living the decrees. So this is just being added in. We just brought it in. It is part of your 4 call package, which also includes the call on Saturday. Okay, next page.
You've just mentioned schedules here.
This is the call schedule. Please read this in your own time. I will just very quickly say 23rd, 26th, and 2nd of March. By 5th of March, this program is over, but we will go to our home group where we will stay till 31st December 2025. Next.
That's a summary for everything, Nidhu.
Next. Everybody remembers what is happening. This is 1,325 or rupees 97,001 rupees. What lovely numbers these are. And I know that everybody is so excited about making this payment. However, we do have a love number, and your love number is USD 199 and rupees 14,501 only. This is package A. In package B, which does not include these calls, you get just 2 sessions. We have, absolutely, it's always a rare opportunity, don't you? Yeah, zip, zap, zoom breakthroughs. Like You'd be amazed at how much gets accomplished in 5 minutes. Or maybe not. You have been on the calls. Maybe not. Next. Yeah. And the 2-session package includes Saturday's Karma Completion Foundation course called Crash Course. Yes. So you get 2 Speedster Lightning and you get 1 live group call, which is Saturday's call. And this is only for USD 247 and rupees 18,050, which by the way is what I normally charge.
Yeah, for a regular session, as it is. Correct.
As it is. Your love number is USD 111 and rupees 8,111 only. But wait. Take both together. If you take both together, you're going to get this at, the value of this whole thing will be at, next. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. No, but I was also continuously saying. So if you take both, you're going to pay what you would normally pay for just personal sessions with me. This time, you're not only going to get 2 sessions, you're also going to get 4 live group calls plus home Telegram group till 31st December 2025. Only USD 247, rupees 18,051. For very big reasons that you may not be able to take these packages. Remember what I said about the call coming up on Saturday? It's a pay as you like. That's just 1 call. And we will be spending about 2 hours together. But I think by now, you're kind of used to the fact that we spend time together. So the surefire pay as you like call worth US dollars 106 and rupees 7,701 is this Saturday, 5:30 p.m. I've written 6:30 p.m., but keep time aside. Keep time with you. You will get a recording. You will also get call notes, very basic call notes, like as to what these 4 sets of decrees are and how you can use them. And this pay as you like call is already part of the other packages. This is only if you're not taking those packages, still take this call. Saturn's decrees is foundation work. It's foundation decrees. Whatever other decrees you use, practice, and love and live with, Saturn's decrees is the place to begin. So come for that.
There you have it, people. The universe has my back. We did this yesterday. I ended up saying it because Nidhu, you went away for a moment. I said it earlier also, but I know all of us want you to say this for us while we say it ourselves also. So
I will. In fact, and with a gentle smile, not with heaviness, not with seriousness, I'm going to adapt this to what is taking place in New Zealand right now. There are also other places that would always do with some love. And whether it's Sudan, whether it's Ukraine, whether it's Kashmir, but New Zealand had a bit of a setback today, and they were already suffering from a few setbacks because of the floods. So here's how I'm going to adapt this. I would like all of you all to join me. Okay? And you're going to do it with a smile. You're going to do it with a smile, knowing whatever happens always happens for everybody's highest good. Maybe we were supposed to do all of this together for New Zealand. And this is how we will say it. And once we have said it, we will keep quiet for about 2 minutes and drop off. Have I told you silence is the only way to grow intelligence in a brain?
If that's how we're heading towards closing the call, Nidhu, so I'm going to ask you to hold that for a quick minute, because there were a few things that were that came in that were mentioned, and my wire suddenly dropped off. Just getting this on here. So I just very quickly wanted to let you know that this is what did come in. Give me a quick moment. All right. Where are we? Here we are. Okay. So
Everybody have watched till then?
and this is in between that happened. So there was some post that came in, and there's like a ballet that came in, lots of gratitude, happy to join you all, full of positivity and joy. And okay, people, there was one in particular that I was all right, and now suddenly it all seems to have vanished. But let me just bring this up. Vijaya said, thanks a lot for mentioning my name in the session, was very much happy. Indira says, what's gold activation? Please, hopefully, Indira, you've understood after Nidhu's explained all the offers and what's happening. And Relu says that I got my answers of my highest intentions, questions, gratitude to Nidhu.
Oh,
And she's also written, words have power. Thanks for emphasizing. And very powerful interaction. Universe bless you always with Exa. And I had to bring this up because it's Brian again. So Relu, I don't know what's going on, but the brain is definitely telling you to get in touch with Brian. Because this is the second time. She's right. You got to listen, right? You got to listen to what's showing up and what's coming up, and the package details are there. And after that, also I can see Nilesh is saying gratitude, ma'am, for making efforts for pushing, and I'm guessing he meant pushing the envelope. And Relu said yes, spell check, of course, Relu, and thank you for allowing me to have a quick joke with that as well. Oh, she worked with a client named Brian. Hey, get in touch with him. I was just joking, but hey.
Message. It is.
Right. So I'm glad I brought that up. And of course, Nidhu, while this was a bonus call, it's a class with you. It's like having the call with you. It's not like it's a bonus call for everybody. So I'm just going to say thank you so much for this. The universe has my back. All of us can say that, but you have our backs.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. Yeah. We have another call on Friday as well. ExaBrain, Exa Love, Mother and Money. So, and in fact, we will be doing quite a bit of the father on Saturday. Stay tuned, mark your calendar. But right now, please join me, everybody. The way that we will adapt the universe has my back is the universe has New Zealand's back. So 7 times, all of us will say it, and then we will stay in silence for 2 minutes and then carry on with the rest of our day. The universe has New Zealand's back. 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 And so it has been spoken, and so it shall be created.